Y'all know the drill at this point. I do a bunch of research on the series, get on here, talk some junk about it.
Shut up. Let me intro correctly, nigga. Ah! Nah, I'm trolling. Yo! Mortal Kombat doesn't make a lick of sense. This is probably the Toonari. I watch, dude. Shout out Toonari. I fuck with his content.
Y'all know the drill at this point. I do a bunch of research on the series, get on here, talk some junk about it, let you know enough of the lore and story so that when I point out some weird or funny things, you get what I'm saying. With this time around, it was considerably more frustrating because of how much more large and inconsistent Mortal Kombat's lore.
I did watch a little bit of this. I gotta remember, I gotta talk to the mic.
Mortal Kombat, like any fighting
I might hold
game,
this bitch like it's
I'm contractually obligated to have a shit ton of retcons and plot holes and whatnot. But what separates this franchise is Mortal Kombat is not afraid to kill everybody, which is exactly why they've.
I got Armageddon on PSP. That's a flex.
With 3 timelines. Some characters in Tekken and Street Fighter died like once or twice, maybe. Most characters spanning across these timelines, yes, I mean most, have died at least 3 times. I don't think I've ever seen a team of writers hate their cast of characters this much. It's crazy. But first, I do need to go over the timelines just so we're all on the same page. Basically, there are 3 main timelines. The first timeline is known as the original timeline, spanning between Mortal Kombat 1992 to Mortal Kombat Armageddon. The second timeline spans from Mortal Kombat 9 to Mortal Kombat 11. And the third and current timeline starts at Mortal Kombat 1. Mortal Kombat is a tournament that is held once every 50 years by the Elder Gods for the fighters of a realm to versus another realm. This tournament is held for a very specific reason. In order for one realm to conquer another, they had to defeat that realm's greatest warriors in 10 consecutive tournaments, meaning they had to kick that realm's ass for 500 years straight and not lose once. Shao Kahn is the Heihachi, the M. Bison, the big bad of Mortal Kombat, and leader of Outworld, which
is he? Shao Kahn's a cold ass nigga though.
Is a distant realm that has been kicking Earth's ass for 9 tournaments straight, meaning 450 years. See, I forgot to tell you, niggas in Outworld don't age like we do. Shao Kahn is said to be over like 10,000 years old at this point. On everything I love, please keep that in mind because I'm about to get real loud in a second. All he needs to do is win 1 more tournament to make this 450-year investment worthy. And this is where I talk very briefly about the 100-year-old trope in media, which I'm not a fan of for 2 reasons. 1, because it's often used in anime to justify a character looking like a child. And 2, most of the time it holds no weight at all because how did a 10,000-year-old get beat by some random Chinese nigga?
That was racist. I think
this is some of the craziest plot armor I've ever.
They're Vietnamese actually?
Ever seen. This is the second game.
Mortal Kombat!
It does not get better for Shao Kahn because the most recent game, Mortal Kombat 1, 30 years later, this man is still 10,000 years old, getting his ass beat by a rice farmer.
That's what I said, though. Bro.
A rice farmer. Not even the
fight. I said the same exact thing. This nigga's too OP to be somebody's fucking general. What is that? What is that? Either way, he's too OP. He's too OP to be like yeah, by a rice farmer, bro. This nigga is like, nah, they disrespected his name
or anything. He gets clapped one. He gets clapped 1 hour into the game. I have a lot of respect for Shao Kahn, which I will get into why later in the video.
Cause he talks shit the whole time, bro. You know how annoying it was when I started to figure out that I actually can't hit this nigga. I'm like, wait, hold on, I'm punching on him. Bro, I haven't finished Mortal Kombat 9, whatever the last time, I don't know what that sound is. Whatever the last time I played it. I'm dead ass, like, bro, no. I only played the story mode for Sub-Zero. I'm dead ass. Everybody else I was just playing to play.
But I have just 2 questions for these Outworld people because it's not just him, it's most of the residents. My question is, what have y'all been doing for 10,000 years to be losing to regular ass people who've been alive for less than 1% of your lifetime? And 2, How long have you people been living in these circumstances? If you've seen the state of Outworld, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because everybody's thousands of years old and still walking around into Jerusalem once. You niggas are thousands of years old and nobody know what the fucking HDMI cable is. And nobody has invented Bluetooth yet. Y'all should have every color tooth in the rainbow on some Power Ranger shit. You savages have failed your community. No Colgate, no air conditioning, just magic, reptiles, and ugly ass niggas. Y'all just sound like Australia, but worse. Speaking of Australia, you remember when I said most of the residents were thousands of years old? Well, I feel like Outworld is a good example of why we have no business becoming a multi-planetary civilization. See, Outworld serves as
this nigga's about to use Mortal Kombat lore on why space travel shouldn't exist or whatever the fuck he said.
Nothing but a looming threat to planet Earth as we know it. And then you got niggas like Kano and Aaron Black who would betray the entire human race to chase a bag. Kano is an Australian mercenary and leader of the crime organization known as the Black Dragon. And Aaron Black, who is not associated with the Black Dragon and is not black, is a bounty hunter hailing from Texas. I have no idea how either of these guys made it to Outworld. You can only get there by portal, and I'm not sure if you can like just make your own with Obsidian.
I was confused. Yeah, Aaron Black seemed hella random to me because, like, yeah, he's a bounty hunter, but like, what did he? I'm not like reading up on this nigga like Wikipedia, but who did he talk to get like this type of skill and like this nigga's like shooting actual like demons or whatever the fuck half these niggas is. Like he shot Reptile in the foot shooting off of a coin. Like that's like you really have to like that's some like I've been shooting a gun since 4 years old type shit.
Blocks or some shit. We already never get along with ourselves on Earth, which is why I'll never understand the push to Mars.
Kano made more sense.
If we add another planet to the mix, it's just gonna shed light to some of the most devious suckers we've ever seen. I neglected to mention Shang Tsung, who is a sorcerer that has worked closely with Shao Kahn for hundreds of years. And he has betrayed every kind of living being that has ever existed. Zombie, human, demon, sorcerer, god, reptile. And he's just a random nigga from China. He's not even from Outworld. He just do it for the love of the game. I'll give some credit to Kano and Aaron Black, right? Because if I was a wanted criminal, then I'd probably switch teams too. But my point still stands. Outworld is technically a multi-planetary, multi-race civilization. Point still stands. Outworld.
Okay, we got some representation.
That's technically a multi-planetary, multi-race civilization due to multiple realms having already been merged with Outworld. And guess what? Nobody's doing anything to further advance that civilization. Shao Kahn priorities is all the way up ass backwards, trying to invade more realms when Outworld still looked like a fifth world country.
Nah, never mind actually.
Shao Kahn was rich. He had money, Cam. Shao was still robbing people. How are you rich and you're robbing people? I was happy as hell when I found out Shao Kahn died. Nigga, I cooked for all of Tarkata. Last thing about him in Black, I really wish these characters would just stop calling him Black.
Nice to see you again, Legs.
These legs will kill you, Black.
Just call him by his first name, please. Just call him Aaron. Just call him Aaron. It's not hard. That shit don't even sound good on paper. Let me read you a line from Mortal Kombat 1 that Scorpion says to Aaron Black. This is an official line. The Shiraira you despise, you Black. If you thought that was bad, I got another one for you. Die Black. Guess who says this line?
Sonya?
Literally the blackest person in this entire franchise. I wish I was making this up.
You cannot ignore the face of death. Well, not when you're all gussied up. Die, Black.
Hey!
But anyways, as I said before,
that nigga's a coon. I hope I don't get banned for that.
I got respect for Shao Kahn. He did somehow choke a 450-year lead, don't get me wrong. But the reason the original timeline was reset was because in the end, he won. In the original timeline, it was prophesied that...
I'm gonna keep it so real with y'all. I did not finish this game. I got it, but I never finished this shit. I still got it. Never finished this shit, bro. I think I was fighting like... whoever that Asian nigga was in the story mode, I was with... the fat nigga, I forgot his name. Fucking, it's something like it's right here in my mind. But the fat nigga with the alcoholism and throwing up, yeah, him, I think it was around that part, like the first time I meet him, and I just never passed whatever fight that was, yeah.
The end would be near, due to far too many combatants constantly engaging in battle that resulted in the realms shattering bit by bit.
Imagine.
Don't ask me how that makes sense. It's a fighting game. Just lock in for me real quick, please.
I bet you I was not out of frame.
The way that they found an answer to this was with an elemental named Blaze, who they placed at the top of the pyramid. They said the first to reach the top of the pyramid and defeat Blaze basically became a deity of their own. Now, this was essentially a free-for-all with every single Mortal Kombat character that made an appearance up to this date. And with Shao Kahn being the man who would come to defeat Blaze, as well as the only person who survived, his strength increased tenfold and he ended up merging and conquering all the realms. And then after running out of things to conquer, I kid you not, he just went insane. He literally started suffering from success, bro. Seeing as nobody survived, not even Shao Kahn's sanity, this brings us to the very first reboot of the franchise, Mortal Kombat 9.
It's like
as I said before, this was basically a soft reboot that was a retelling of the first 4 games, except Raiden now knows that the end is coming.
The best one of all time. Let's give it up to NetherRealm back in 2011, whenever this game came out. This was called. Let's give it up to them. Honestly, they did their thing.
How? Just before Shao Kahn had defeated Raiden, Raiden spoke into his broken amulets, telling himself in the past 3 words just before the Mortal Kombat tournament began.
He must win.
And because of how incredibly vague future Raiden was, the whole story of Mortal Kombat 9 just consisted of Raiden being a desperate, nervous wreck, trying to figure out
he was fucking up, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Who he is, which then causes so many unnecessary bodies. Basically, for most of Mortal Kombat 9, he's trying to prevent Shao Kahn and friends from invading and winning their tournaments. Remember that at this point, we've gone back into the past to where Shao Kahn still needs one more win to conquer Earth. Liu Kang wins again, but Shang Tsung convinces Shao to press Earthrealm to do another tournament. This time on his terms with home court advantage. Raiden, having this vision of his from the future, causes him to make a lot of decisions on the fly in hopes that it would steer the fate of Earthrealm within his desired path. One of these decisions, for some reason, includes letting Sub-Zero get kidnapped in front of everybody. After hearing of the original Sub-Zero, Bihan, and his demise by the hands of Scorpion.
The Shirai Ryu are dead.
I'm not gonna lie, Scorpion. The first, what was I don't remember the two, but whatever the first one was, he deserved to die. I'm not gonna lie.
You will suffer as they did. To hell with your clan.
I'm the little brother. I'm the little brother. I'm the
Bihan's
second
little brother, Kuai Liang, travels to the Coliseum in Outworld where the tournament is being held.
Put hands on niggas. Tunar, y'all fuck you up in this game. Word of my mother.
Literally walks up to Shao Kahn and demands to
put
fight
money on that
Scorpion.
bitch too, nigga.
Shao then proceeds to
I got $2 and a condom.
And then they get his call. You feel me? Just as Kuai Liang
pause,
is about to deliver the finishing move, these robots come out of nowhere. You ever seen a nigga get jumped cybernetically? 6 Lin Kuei robot goons surround
They put the taser on that nigga.
Sub-Zero and beat his ass. If you've ever wondered why microwaves heat food so much faster than ovens, this is exactly what they be doing to your food, bro. I forgot to mention, the Lin Kuei is a ninja clan that at this point is pushing for their members.
I'm forgetting Cyrax Black, bro.
Cyrax and Sector being among the first victims. Both Sub-Zeros are also a part of this clan, hence the hate crime. It is also worth noting that Scorpion is from the rival clan known as the Shirai Ryu. You know, the one that despises black. This might have been one of the single most avoidable moments in all of Mortal Kombat. They were surrounded Sub-Zero for a good 3 minutes and nothing else was going on in these 3 minutes. Smoke tries to step in and help his friend, but Raiden stops him and says, "You cannot save him." Mind you, Raiden literally helped Smoke, who is in the same predicament. Raiden must have some type of beef with Kuai Liang because he stopped everybody.
That's how it be when you get good neck.
Else from trying to help. He wild if it's still teaming up with the good side. If I was Kuai Liang, I would have hated everybody there forever. What's even weirder is that the very next game, he's no longer Cyber Sub-Zero. Why? I don't know. Shortly after this, Raiden thinks, he must win. maybe I was talking about Kung Lao. Maybe he must win. Now, Kung Lao, if you don't know, is a Shaolin monk who is best buddies with Liu Kang since the first game. So they go way back. He has a bit of an ego, but it's okay because he's always been able to back it up. He beats up Shang Tsung and Quan Chi in a 2v1, and that
was a hard match. I'm actually remember, I remember that was a match that I could not win, bro. That shit would piss me off, bro. Cause this nigga Quan Chi, he kept doing some like fucking, I think it was the skulls, like, bro, it's like, bro, it was just, I wish I could run up MK9, but my MK9 literally doesn't, like, bro, it doesn't play unless like it's nighttime. On my soul, like, it doesn't play unless it's past like 9 o'clock, maybe 11. Like,
reminds me, Shang Tsung is supposed to be Chinese in this game. I don't know why he looks Puerto Rican. Now, after beating these three, Raiden and friends watch Shao Kahn literally walk up behind this nigga and snap his neck. Man, I say Raiden and friends, but I'm looking the hardest at Raiden because his last words was talking to you and you were looking dead in his face. There's no way you didn't see that coming.
Kung Lao's death is my fault. I encouraged him.
We know! Fast forward in the story, Shang Tsung had failed Shao twice at this point.
Is that
Shao
Centaur?
Kahn is finished.
Melina is his
Centaur
heir.
look disgusting.
She should rule. Melina? She exists only because of my sorcery.
Yes, sir. I ain't never said you was nice, nigga.
Emperor!
You live.
I ain't even want you on the team. Fuck is you talking about, bitch? Want your sorry ass on the team?
Where did he get this audio clip from? Who is this? They got battle rap. How did he know?
On the team. Fuck is you talking about,
You
bitch?
talking about?
Want your sorry ass on the team?
Look at the Joe Budden
Pretty
podcast.
boy ass, prima donna ass nigga.
Wait, hold on. No, these aren't real.
Shao Kahn just straight up robbed this man of his soul and give it to Sindel, who was
Oh my gosh, though. I didn't know that. I was about to say some crazy shit. I'm cool.
revived by Quan Chi, who is another sorcerer that often works alongside Shao Kahn. It's worth noting that Katana is Sindel's daughter. Trust me, keep that shit in mind. Sindel is revived and given Shang Tsung's soul, which makes her twice as powerful. And she's basically told to go over to Earthrealm and fucks it up. This leads to the craziest whoop-assery that I've ever seen done on actually important characters. We've all seen movies and shows and games where a character wins a 1v5 or 1v10 or 1v20 or 1v50, but never when they do it against real characters as opposed to just nameless fodder. She was in a cut looking like a damn Viltrumite against starting 5 roster lineups. Stryker clapped. Jade clapped. Jax clapped. Smoke smoked. Cabal caballed. Katana, yes, her own daughter. Cyber Sub-Zero, the guy that 2v1 2 giant 4-armed muscular dude.
This spammed it. What was it? He had the teleport in the ice clone. I think it was, yeah, it was not.
He got smacked with a 3-piece combo, and apparently that was all it took. No sides, no drinks, no sauce, no nothing. The only way they got rid of Shorty was because of Nightwolf, who had to sacrifice himself in the process. Johnny and Sonya miraculously survived this encounter. I genuinely don't know how, because not even Sindel survived this. Needless to say, all of this would have been avoided if y'all actually jumped her and not fight her one-on-one. But whatever, man. This moment was still raw.
Nah, word. All these niggas have powers and like firearms, so now that I think about it, they could have played a good distance game.
Like 12 years later, but what was going on in that writer's team, man? Some of the characters I've named, I've not said anything about yet, but I want to highlight one of them specifically. Since Mortal Kombat 3, we've had quite an interesting character on the roster. And no, I'm not talking about the 4-armed, half-naked guy that kind of looks like Mike Tyson in the face. I'm also not talking about the Centaur that was briefly a Minotaur and back to a Centaur for some reason. I'm talking about Stryker, one of the most regular characters.
I hate this nigga, bro.
And because of
like, why is there a cop? This nigga's not even SWAT, bro. Like
that, one of the weirdest. Like, this guy is just a police officer, bro. Why are you here? But it's not just that. See, his bio says that he's quite exceptional at his job. He was once decorated for single-handedly thwarting the terrorists in the famous Greenberg Tower incident and for rescuing passengers of a speeding bus rigged to explode. That all sounds like quite the amazing heroic activity, but I just find it interesting that we have absolutely no footage from either of those situations. I've never heard of the Greenberg Tower incident personally. I don't know about you. But what we do have footage of is New York's finest yelling at the top of his lungs, police brutality coming up. We got your role model police officer on record.
This nigga brought him up out of nowhere just to shit on the NYPD. I respect it. Fuck the NYPD.
Saying this multiple times to multiple different people for 13 years. How the f is he still in the police force?
They got your ass on camera.
Niggas ain't got me in no fucking camera.
This is the clearest video I've ever seen. This is the most HD shit ever. This is 4K. How did they get you in 4K?
That ain't me.
Apparently, he's like the strongest, most regular dude ever because in his chapter, New York is getting invaded by Outworld, and he has no idea what is going on, yet is single-handed.
This man's went out crazy, and he just watched that nigga die. I think he had a chance to save him too. That was crazy. Bro, that nigga
Reptile and Kentaro and Ermac.
Bro, the nigga Kentaro violated, bro.
Enough of this. It's you and me, freak show.
Oh, he didn't show it? Nah, his man's went out crazy. That nigga got burned to death. Yeah, right here. Look, he dodged it or what happened? Bro, show his man's dying. If you play Ermac as a main, I genuinely think you're a loser. Like, he's always been the best character in every game, bro. Like, add some challenge, especially in this new one, bro. I don't even feel like niggas is playing the game for real. It'll just be down back X, half my health. Down back Y, 1/3 of my health. Down back, down Y, I'm dead. And then it's a fatality. This nigga, all his animations is grabbing. All his attacks are grabbing. Yeah, I'm complaining.
But like, how did he beat Ermac? He got a hold of Stryker, and he could have ended that chapter right then and there, and we'd move on to the next character. But for some reason, he got a hold of him and tossed him into the subway. Man, imagine having the power.
And then, like, imagine how fast that was. In the back of his cornea just like cracked on the
of telepathy and still losing. This telepathy shit is not cut out for you. Just go ahead and start flipping patties, bro. Because how did you still lose? Some of these guys in Mortal Kombat is just like, how are you losing? The power scaling in this game, the power scaling in Mortal Kombat is insane, bro.
This is the collegiate. Where do you find this like Egyptian footage? It's probably some happy ass documentary footage from like fucking National Geographic about the pyramids.
Up until this point, I've not said much about the two poster boys of the franchise, Scorpion and Sub-Zero. For most of these games, they despise each other. Being members of rival clans have to do with it naturally, but Bihan is said to have been responsible for the death of Hanzo Hasashi's family. Hanzo in turn seeks revenge for them and succeeds, but only for Bihan's brother, Tundra, or Kuai Liang, to take his title on his mission for vengeance for his brother. But starting in Mortal Kombat 10, going into 11, they become friends, despite their history, which was honestly super wholesome to see. I say all of this because now in Mortal Kombat 1,
they need to put their masks back on, bro. Nobody cares about the face of these old ass men. I want wave cap sub on.
instead of Kuai Liang becoming Sub-Zero after Bihan's demise, Kuai Liang is Scorpion and Bihan is Sub-Zero. This is one of the many changes that occurred in Mortal Kombat 1.
I did not
Shao
know that.
Kahn is now General Shao, and Liu Kang and Raiden's role are switched. So Liu Kang is the deity, and Raiden is Earthrealm's humble champion. With Liu Kang being the creator of this timeline, this is the first Mortal Kombat where I'm asking myself, how are half of these people Mortal Kombat characters? Like, this is the nicest group of people I've ever seen. But I don't mean like nice as in they're on good side of story and fighting for the greater good and all. I mean like, how are you in a fighting game nice? Raiden in this timeline is a humble rice farmer. not a god or a deity of any kind. But like, the thought of this timeline's Raiden having fatalities is so crazy to me. Cyrax too. With Kung Lao, he still has his edge, right? Like, he's still the cool, funny, super confident second in command that he's always been. And I love that. Raiden's dialogue is like Insomniac Spider-Man 2 side character levels of nice. Like, it gets to a point where I start to root for the assholes in the game for the sake of making shit interesting. But everybody is either insanely polite or just a dickhead. Like, you got Bihan.
Nah, I ain't gonna cap those. Sub-Zero, he's had the best remarks. Everything he said, every time he wins, he's always said some cool shit.
For some reason, he's always talking like this, like an alpha male. He's all like, he really needs to just give this voice a fucking rest. Then Raiden's over here like, I just hope I can make it back home from Madame Bo's cooking. I'll keep on fighting until the end. I hope the Shirai Ryu succeeds. I'm not playing Mortal Kombat to watch everybody pat each other in the back and crack jokes, nigga. The Shirai Ryu rated? Seriously? Did you not hear what they said about black people? I'm not gonna lie though, if I had to pick, I'd definitely choose this Raiden over Mr. I must consult with the Elder Gods. I think
Nah, that was annoying. He did ask that a lot.
Cyrax is cool and all, but like, you're more of an Overwatch character. You are not a Mortal Kombat character. Switch Cyrax for Doomfist or Reaper. Nobody would ever notice that Cyrax was even there. Doomfist, in my opinion, would be perfect in Mortal Kombat if it weren't for Jax and Gears already existing. Speaking of Jax, I don't know if Jax was the first to be this, but Black Cyber Nigga might be top 5 character tropes. That shit has not failed me yet. Cyborg, Frost, Doomfist, Michael Jordan, Kobe.
He's trolls. If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
LeBron James, come on, huh? Come on, huh? Honorable mention, Luther from Detroit Become Human.
This nigga was ass.
My dog right there. That's my dog. But anyway, I love the way that time travel was utilized in Mortal Kombat 9 as a plot point. I did enjoy 11's and its use of time travel as well, but I wasn't really a fan of Kronika or the other shorty, I'm forgetting her name, I think her name is Centurion or something. Wasn't really a fan of Mortal Kombat 1's use of timelines. That was just so annoying. And Chaos Reigns continued to double down on the timeline bullshit, except it's shorter, worse, and $50. Time traveling in alternate universes is sometimes a slippery slope because it's often used as a crutch in writing, which can lead to a story becoming too messy and is often due to, well, writing themselves into a corner. For example, Saints Row 4, where they blew up the planet. They just blew up Earth. I don't know why, but they did. Literally, how else do you come back from that aside from like a reboot or writing yourself deeper into a shitty corner? Mortal Kombat frequently does shit like this, and it's so unnecessary. In Mortal Kombat 3, Shao Kahn wiped.
I don't know what he's about to like say, but I was thinking like, as of the recent one, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Some games need to die, and this is one of them. This game is perfectly fine. It wasn't like he was right with the timelines, even with one. Like I don't want to play Mortal Kombat 2, Part 2. I don't think anybody like. Mortal Kombat 1 was dirt, like, and then it was just like, I don't want to play like another, like, how about we just remake 9? How about we just remake 9 with everything that 9 had and nothing new? Just, I'll pay the $100 for it. It's a video game. It'll last me to the end of time.
7 billion people off of the face of the earth with the Soul Tornado. 7 billion people except for the ones who would represent Earth in the Mortal Kombat tournament. But why did he need to do all of that? This nigga literally worse than Thanos. This genocide was reversed in the same game when Earth beat out Shao Kahn again. But my point still stands, because another example is Mortal Kombat Armageddon, where they forced themselves to reboot pretty much. Mortal Kombat stories weren't always perfect, but they definitely started shitting up the back as soon as they introduced that bald white lady. I really hope this.
She was trash. Like, as like just looking like compared that, like the game was so scary, and then like 11, whatever the bald lady was, she was like whack compared to Shao Kahn. Like Shao Kahn was way more intimidating, and then and then the next one just looks so nice and like.
Next one, we don't gotta do it with no timelines or time travel. We must not move backwards. Time marches on. What I do like about Mortal Kombat 1 is they brought back a lot of classic characters. One of the characters they brought.
Dirt. If Reiko's the one that like tackles you every fucking back
hasn't been in a Mortal Kombat since Armageddon. And honestly, it should have stayed that way. The only sort of character trait that Reiko possesses is just being a Shao Kahn glazer. Literally since his very first appearance in Mortal Kombat. At first, he didn't really have anything to his character since the devs wanted to keep him somewhat mysterious, I guess. Then they decided, well, he kind of has to have something about him in his story for crying out loud. So the only thing they added to him is the fact that sometimes he likes to wear Shao Kahn's helmet.
Find Reiko. Tell him I am not pleased by his intrusions.
I am Reiko, General of Shao Kahn's army. What is it you wish to tell me? Oh, Shao Kahn knows about that? Tell him I will no longer enter his chamber or wear his helmet. But just between us, his helmet will belong to me in due time.
Since then, he's just been a fat-ass dick rider. This dude be doing the craziest tricks on it, man. Not even 2 seconds into his character ending in Mortal Kombat 1. He's already talking about Shao Kahn. It's the first person you see in Reiko's, and saying Shao Kahn within the first 3 words is crazy. At least introduce yourself, nigga. My name is Reiko. At least, nigga, shit!
This mission gladly. I can think of no greater honor than to give my life in a general's service.
Where did he find this clip?
At the very least, you can tell that Shao Kahn
that nigga ate a whole cantaloupe, bro. That
actually cares about Reiko. Since Reiko is his second in command and he's raised Reiko since he was a little boy. Whether he did a good job or not is extremely debatable. I personally don't think so. Another big issue I want to bring up is a serious issue with the game's retcons. But I'm not talking about story retcons, no, because I feel like there are too many retcons in a story to the point where I don't even want to bother this video with just drag. I'm talking, they be retconning these niggas' faces. In every single game, the same character will look a completely different person in the next game. Now, I've seen this point brought up by another YouTuber, so I'm going to very quickly play this clip just so I can add to their points.
You know what really makes me struggle to care about the Mortal Kombat characters? Let me show you something real quick, bro. This is Jin Kazama in Tekken 3. Okay, now 4. Alright, now 5, 6, 7. Now take a look at Katana. I'm not even going to show you what she looked like in DC 9 or 10. I'm going to show you what she looked like in 11, the last game.
Now, to be fair, some faces in Tekken have slight changes with the years, which is a given, obviously. But Mortal Kombat doesn't even try to make them look like the same person. The only exception I'll maybe give is for Bi-Han and Kuai Liang. Given that Sub-Zero and Scorpion are now brothers, that could warrant a change in the face. But also Reptile, since within the current timeline, he's now able to shapeshift to a human form, whereas in previous timelines, he was kind of just a lizard dude. But then everybody else's faces changed anyways, including Mileena and Katana, who were already twins to begin with. But it's not that anybody is ugly or unattractive and that's why I'm upset, no. And it's not so much the faces changing up to the point of Mortal Kombat 11 for me. My issue is more so the changes from Mortal Kombat 11 to 1. That was so fucking unnecessary. Genuinely, why? Now, this isn't the case.
This nigga got the perfect Asian face. Like, this nigga look like a butterball.
Unnecessary. Genuinely, why? Now, this isn't the case for all characters, obviously. Baraka has the same exact face in every single Mortal Kombat game. You'd have to try extremely hard to mess up Baraka's design. Ugly ass bald nigga with mad teeth. So much teeth that it is biologically impossible for him to say his own name, let alone like most of the lines that he says in every game. Aaron Black is the same exact person in 10 and 11. Word for word, bar for bar, and that's how it should be. But then you have Shang Tsung, who is one of the craziest examples of this. Like, I'm sorry, do my eyes deceive me, or is Shang Tsung wearing a do-rag in Mortal Kombat 2? These two are the same characters. This is supposed to be a Chinese man, and for some reason he looks like Cat Williams in the face. Like, I get that he's a shapeshifter, which means that...
Nah, imagine they brought back the wave cap Shang Tsung. Okay.
Whether it's intentional or not, him looking like 5 different people is...
I probably offended mad Asian people. My fault.
Low-key still in character for him. But by that metric, Liu Kang should also be a shapeshifter, because damn, bro. Y'all think Shang Tsung is passing a wave check?
What?
I'm just saying, if Norman Osborn can have waves, why not this nigga? Regardless, I feel like most characters are still recognizable through their design. So realistically, it isn't that much of an issue. But it is so unbelievably weird that they can't ever stick to just one face. Now, just as Akane says, it's making it extremely hard to develop any sort of connection to these characters. I mean, who is this man? I truly believe everybody looked and sounded their best in Mortal Kombat 11. Liu Kang, Shang Tsung, Shao Kahn. No offense, bro. Don't take that mask off ever. Don't listen to Tyler. Put that shit back on, please. Katana, Melina. This is the only version of Melina where honestly, I would. But I have to think really hard about it.
We all saw 9. We all saw 9. Hold on. Stop. He's aren't you like what game is this? You fucking okay, bro. So does it not work? Or like look, they already know what's you feel me? We all know what's up, bro. We all have seen it. There's no first is first. Pain. With the COVID mask on, pain. This is pain. A lot of pain. You don't have to focus on what's going up here. She does look like I'd still take that I still take that risk ass nigga.
First though, no, y'all can't make me feel ashamed about that shit. I don't give a damn.
The hell wrong with you? Hey, yo!
Now I've talked about mostly everything I want to talk about for these games, except for one last thing, just one more thing. Mortal Kombat got some of the goofiest fighting stances I've ever seen in my life. And I feel like I'm going crazy looking at these stances because nobody ever points them out in the comments. Man, imagine you get in a heated argument with somebody and they start doing this.
Expose him!
Either this a crackhead just doing shit, or you about to get beat so bad you're gonna start juggling you mid-air in real life. But either way, this stance is insane. Who taught this nigga how to fight? I don't know what the fuck was going on in Mortal Kombat 4, but nearly everybody just got a dumbass stance. Smoke has the same stance as like 5 other characters in some of these games, but the only difference is it looks like he fucking reeks. God damn. This is the type of dude that you gotta buy deodorant for his birthday. I already told him, stop messing with that 13-in-1. And look, I get that this is supposed to be a karate stance, and I know I keep saying I'm sorry when I'm truly not. But I'm sorry. Nobody named Jonathan Carlton should be hitting this pose, bro. Stop it. Whoever came up with the nickname Johnny Cage saved that man's life. I swear, bro. Most stances are based off of real fighting styles, like Shang Tsung's being based off of snake-style Shaolin Kung Fu. But when he uses his sword, his stance changed to this. What fighting style is this based off, nigga? What kind of tactical advantage could you possibly gain in combat by doing that shit with your shoulders? Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about with this series. I don't know why, but every Mortal Kombat up until 9 just feels like everybody in the writer's room was trying to cook up some of the goofiest fighting stances for some of these characters, bro. Maybe some of them were supposed to look like that, but like, Shang Tsung, I promise you don't gotta do that shit with your shoulders, bruh. You can say, what is going on with my voice, man? You can say what you want about Mortal Kombat, but I have to admit, they've always put a lot of effort into the storytelling. Unfortunately, that doesn't make them good. However, it would be wrong for me not to commend the effort put into them since the very first installment. The character bios, the dialogue between fights, the story modes, the choreography, etc., etc. Like, for a fighting game, they were always ahead of their time because most other fighting games did not have as much emphasis on world building and character lore. That's not even to mention the arcade endings. I feel like just by the character dialogue, they are still way ahead in storytelling compared to their competitors. Not anymore though, since they shortened the dialogue interactions to just 2 lines in Mortal Kombat 1 as opposed to 3.
We are many. We are many more.
We are many more, but infinity times infinity no paybacks.
Mortal Kombat 11 was definitely the peak of character interactions in fighting games, in my opinion. No, wait. That and also Tekken Tag Tournament 2. Those 2 games are like the peak of character interactions, for me at least. I personally don't think they should do, I don't know I don't know.
Hey, and let's get these cameos out of here. Nobody asked for this shit. Now that I've seen it enough, let's get these out of here. Hey, Tekken Tag 2.
Don't think
Nobody asked for shit. How about you make her playable? Nobody wants to see that. I'm not fighting her. I'm fighting you. In this gold suit. I'm not fighting you. This nigga
they should do. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with my voice, man. Cameos for the next game. That's a cool concept, and
nah, it's not. It's very annoying.
Does allow for like really cool looking combos, but in my opinion, it's
what time is this? I'm dead about the comments up there.
Just a half-assed tag team game, and I would much rather a Mortal Kombat that fully commits to the tag team concept, or not at all, or maybe have the best of both worlds and have tag team be a separate mode. But I also would love to see them introduce the Conquest mode again. This was basically an open world version of Mortal Kombat where you could like walk around the realms.
Yeah, I was this nigga. I was this nigga. I didn't. Whoever that fat nigga was, I was stuck talking. I was probably like the first person too.
Take a bunch of quests from people and shit. A modern version of this would be really cool in my opinion. Deception was entirely ahead of its time with that mode, and it's one of my earliest memories with Mortal Kombat. That as well as Mortal Kombat versus DCU and my earliest memories with Mortal Kombat. That as well as
y'all niggas was complaining at the fact that y'all couldn't see fucking like fatalities. Bro, I got the beat asses Batman and Superman, and it was Fly. And bro, what? Fuck out of here, nigga. This was fun as the Flash, fucking Deathstroke, the two story modes, and I couldn't even beat the the Mortal Kombat one when I was younger, up until like the last time I played it. But bro, the whole superhero, like, bro, what? Nigga, fuck out of here. This shit was fun as fuck. I deadass would want this back over anything.
Mortal Kombat versus DCU and Mortal Kombat 9. I think nowadays, more than ever, would fit perfectly within today's fighting game atmosphere. What with Street Fighter 6 having World Tour and Tekken 8 with the elements of Tekken Force and scenario, campaign, and its story. The story mode in Tekken 6 was co-op as well. That game was so ahead of its time for some reason. Bonus points if you can like make a character, but if I had to play as Raiden or something, I wouldn't mind.
Impressive.
Anyways, that is all for today's video. Thank you for your time. Have a blessed day. And it's the Shirai Ryu till I die. All them niggas.
Big Linquay. Big Sub-Zero. If you like this video, like, comment, and sub. Shout out to Nari. He did all the work. I did nothing. Comment your favorite character in Mortal Kombat. If you disrespect Sub-Zero, I'm gonna slap the shit out you.